So you know you have got a great story and you want to start sharing it. How are you going to do that? Where are you going to do it? If this is you, you are in the right place, because in this video, I am going to be taking you through all of the steps, giving you everything you need to know to start telling your story. So if you're ready, hit that like button below. Let me know you're ready to go. I'm ready. So let's get started. And make sure that you stick around until the end of this video, because I have created something that is going to take all of this, guide you through this entire process and really make it happen. So make sure you stick around for that, and let's get ready. So before we get started, I really want to quickly explain why all of this work is so important. Just over 3 and a bit years ago, I shared my story. I had no idea how to do it. I had no idea what to say. I had no idea of why I was even doing it in the first place. I just knew that I wanted to share it. That is really great. However, the power of sharing your story to inspire other people is underestimated, in my opinion. You've got a story, you've got an experience you went through, you've got learning lessons that came out of that experience. And if you are to do yourself and your story justice, you really need to know where to start. You don't have to have it all figured out, but you need to have an idea as to what this looks like for you, what journey you're about to go on, and what that journey looks like for you. So that's what this video is all about. Don't skip it. The first question you need to ask yourself when you're thinking about telling your story, even before you start telling it, is you need to know what the reason is. You need to know why, and this becomes your purpose. So if you start with purpose in the middle, what you then need to do is around it, you just need to list every single reason why you want to tell your story. I'm going to write the reasons as to why I wanted to share my story all those years ago. I'm going to speed it up for you, and then we're going to talk about it at the end. So just to go through it with you, these are the reasons as to why I wanted to share my story. Your reasons might be different, they might be very similar. Remember that your reasons are your own, your purpose is your own. So don't try and fit it into what I've done, don't try and restrict yourself, just do this process and let it flow. So the first reason why I wanted to share my story, and these reasons could be for yourself and for those you're sharing it with. I wanted to document it for myself. I wanted to document my journey, what it was like, what I learned, how I became the person I am today. So the first one was documenting it for myself. I wanted to make a massive impact on other people, to really help them see that if they're experiencing the same thing as me, they're not alone. Because when I was going through what I did go through, I did feel alone. So I really wanted to kind of share my experience with people that are also going through it, so they can have that comfort knowing that other people are going through it, other people have been through it, and they have got through the other side, and they can too. To leave a legacy for my little boy, there's so many learning lessons that come out of our stories. And all of the lessons that I've learned about strength, about resilience, about confidence, all of those lessons are ones that I learned through this experience, and that's what I want to leave for my little boy, to inspire other people like you to share your story, your way, and for your own reasons, to eradicate the taboo perception around this particular topic, which I will share another time, and to also continue my healing journey. We're going to cover this step a bit later, because there is a right time to start telling your story. But first of all, you need to know the reason why you're doing it. So at this point, you've now got your purpose. Whether your purpose is to share your story for yourself or for other people, everything we go through today will work for you no matter your purpose. So this part is really thinking about the impact, really thinking about the inspiration that you want to make. So picture it this way. When you're sharing your story, how do you want to feel? When you're sharing your story, how do you want those listening to you to feel? When you're sharing your story, What is sharing it going to enable you to do or be or achieve? And the same for your audience. It's really important to understand the impact, because whether you are doing it for yourself or whether you're doing it to inspire other people, you know that your story can inspire, but you need to know what that inspiration looks like, what that impact looks like. What is it going to enable you to do, to be, to feel and achieve? What is it going to enable your audience to do, to feel, to be and achieve? So now we go on to the main part of this video today, and this is going to be the main part of your story too. This is thinking about your core message. When you're really thinking about how you even get started, this is going to be the part that, in all honesty, is probably going to take you the longest to figure out and to really fine tune. What is the most important part that you want to get out, you want to get across, you want people to hear? What is the most important part that links with the step before when you thought about the impact and the inspiration? When you know how you and your audience want to feel, to be, to do and to achieve, when you know all of that, your core message is going to help them to do it. Your core message is going to help you to do it. So what is your core message? Every time you tell your story, you will tell it differently. As you grow, as you evolve, as you become more confident, as you start to have these things figured out, the way that you tell it, the way that you share it will change, but what will not change is your core message. If you could only share a snippet, what is the most important part that you want people to hear? So now what we want to do is think about how do you want to share your story? How do you want to tell it? This isn't about the words, because that is part of your core message. But this is about the next stage. You've got your purpose, you know how you want to inspire people, you know what your core message is, and now it's time to get that message out there. So how can you do that? What options are available to you? For that, we're going to use my trusted whiteboard. So I'm going to write some options on there, speed it up for you, and we'll talk about it at the end. So from this you can see that there are 4 main options available to you. You've got audio, you've got visual, written and in person. So if you're somebody that doesn't want to be in front of the camera, and at this point it's really important to say that if you have fear or doubt or anxiety around getting your story out there because you don't feel confident, what you need to do at this point is basically put that to a side. Let's say that you've got a magic wand, and I guess this is a magic wand. At the top of the screen, I am pinning a video that I created to really help you work through fear, doubt and anxiety. So definitely give that a watch. But what you want to do is pretend you have a magic wand that you can basically get rid of every ounce of fear or doubt or anxiety around getting your message out there. You've got audio. If you're somebody who doesn't want to be in front of the camera, then audio will be good for you. There are so many ways that you can do that. The biggest way is through podcasts. So many people love podcasts. So if being in front of the camera isn't something that completely lights you up, then give a podcast a go. Maybe you want to write your story, you want to use blogs, you want to write a book. This is everything to do with video, so you can do things like setting up a Facebook group, you can set up a YouTube channel, you can do webinars. This is all about video, what you can do in front of the camera and in person. Maybe you want to share your story through your own events, maybe you want to go to other people's events and share your story. So through this you can see all of the different options available to you to suit what really lights you up. How do you want to share it? Before we go on to the next one, I want to hear from you. In the comments below, I want you to write the words, "My story is worth sharing." Write it in capitals, shout out about it, affirm it, believe it. My story is worth sharing. The next part is thinking about when. When you get to this point, you have really got everything that you need to really start sharing it. Really start thinking about how you're going to do that. You know what your message is, you know who it's going to help, how it's going to help them, you know how you want to get your story out there. When do you want to get started? When do you want to start putting pen to paper? When do you want to start filming? If you feel like now is not the right time, ask yourself why. And at the beginning of this video, if you remember, I explained that we were going to talk about how to know when it's the right time. I believe that you are already ready. If you feel like you're not ready for any other reason than confidence, than working through the fear or doubt or having anxiety around it, then maybe now isn't the right time. Maybe you need to do some more healing. Maybe you need to do some more processing of what's happened and working through it. So if that is something that you feel like you need to do, then definitely take the time to do it. But don't let fear, doubt or anxiety hold you back, because like I said, that is something that we can work on, and I'm here to help you do that. Why don't you give yourself a goal? Maybe you can say, in the next couple of months, I want to really have started putting pen to paper. I wanted to have started filming content. I wanted to start researching different platforms that you can use, different types of content that you can create, different kind of events that you can go to, ways that you can learn and enhance your speaking skills, maybe, for example. You've said in the comments below your story is worth sharing, and it is, and now is the time to start doing it. At the beginning of this video, I mentioned that if you stayed to the end, which I hope that you have, let me know in the comments if you have and you're still here, I was going to give you something that is really going to help take everything we've gone through today and really start to put it in practice. So I am so excited to let you know that I have created the ultimate guide to storytelling. This is really going to help get everything out of your head onto paper so that you can really work through all the things that you need to do to get your story out there. So if that is something that you would like to download, the link is in the notes below. I really hope that you have enjoyed these tips that I've shared with you today on how you can really start thinking about how you're going to get your story out there. If you have enjoyed this video, then make sure that you subscribe, because in the next video, how you can start to feel ready and super confident in getting your story out there. And if you want to learn more about the power of storytelling and getting your story out there, then I highly recommend watching these two videos. For now, I will love you and leave you and say thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope that you have enjoyed it. If you know anybody who would benefit from this video today, then please feel free to share this with them. I hope you have an amazing day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.